Hello everyone, what is going on? I am HGWV2 with another HGW's podcast. We're back, baby. We are back. Oh my god, I have missed doing a podcast. It's been a long fucking time, and a long time overdone. I think I was really not disappointed, but I'm going to kind of explain why we haven't done a podcast, me and TR. That's because back at Night of Champions, we tried to do a podcast and TR's mic just wasn't working. We tried everything we could, but I just couldn't hear him. He could hear me, but I couldn't hear him. So basically, that's kind of why we haven't actually really done any of the pay-per-views, predictions, or the results. So we just kind of haven't done it, and I wanted to get TR to come on today, but he was busy with work, so unfortunately, I'm doing this solo. I know you guys love me, but but before we get into the Royal Rumble predictions, basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over each pay-per-view that I've missed, so Night of Champions, Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, and TLC, real quick, and just kind of give my opinions of them. So, Night of Champions, a pretty mediocre show. It was just two matches that were good. It was Cesaro versus Sheamus, which was amazing, and then it was, who else was it? And then Jericho versus Randy Orton, which was pretty good. But the rest was just either okay to really mediocre to just extremely okay or just to plain awful. Okay, and then we get to Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell, very good pay-per-view. I really enjoyed this. I think it was Big Show and Rusev had an okay match. Brie Bella versus Nikki had an okay match. Had a pretty good match. I watched it recently again. I didn't watch it recently, but when I was highlighting Hell in a Cell, I watched it again. I was editing it, and I was like, "Wow, this is actually pretty good." And then AJ versus Paige was okay, but other than that, the pay-per-view was great. Great to good. The Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins was fantastic. It was great. It would have been fantastic, but the ending fucking was just awful. I hated it. I hate it so much. And then who else? Who else was on the card? Oh, Orton versus Cena. I thought this match was pretty good. It was a 7 out of 10 for me. I'm just kind of sick of all their matches just being, finisher fests. I guess that's what you would call them. Basically, that's what they are. But yeah, I'd give that pay-per-view. Oh, I give Night of Champions a 6 out of 10. I give a Hell in a Cell. Ooh, I'll give it about a 7.9 out of 10. Or no, I'm gonna give it an 8. It was really good. I'm kind of underestimating the show. It was really good. And then let's move on to Survivor Series match. It was all okay. I mean, only two matches stood out here. Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt was really good. It was a solid match. It wasn't anything special. And then the main event was great. And Sting. Oh my God, yes. So I give that. What would I give that pay-per-view? I give that pay-per-view actually a 7.5. The ending was the 7.9. The ending in the final match was great. However, everything else was just okay to bad, to flat out bad, to pretty good. So, yeah, and then we get to TLC, which I thought was actually a better pay-per-view than everyone thought it was. Dolph Ziggler versus Luke Harper was pretty good. It's a little bit overrated, honestly, in my opinion. But it's still a pretty good match. Then you got Seth Rollins versus John Cena. Everything. Oh yeah, and Eric Rowan versus Big Show. They tried to put that stipulation over as much as they could, as hard as they could. They tried to put the stipulation over, but it just was not working. Unfortunately, because you could tell that they're actually trying to put the stipulation over. So yeah. And then John Cena versus Seth Rollins was honestly match of the night, in my opinion. I really enjoyed this match. Even if Cena hit like 4 AAs, it was still pretty good. Like, Seth Rollins didn't even... I think he maybe hit his curb stop. I can't remember. I don't remember. He might have. I think he did, but I don't remember. But it was still a really good tables match, honestly. I was really surprised. And then we got, of course... Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. This is actually tied with match of the night. Actually, I think I like Seth Rollins versus John Cena a little bit more. But this is tied with match of the night between Seth Rollins and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Personally, I think I liked Seth Rollins versus John Cena more, just because I felt like that. Even though Cena won, that match had more of a better ending than Dean versus Bray, which that ending was again awful. Like, holy shit, how many times is Bray Wyatt and Dean, like, they didn't even have a match at Hell in a Cell, but they're in the ring together and they just have an awful ending. And I thought Survivor Series ending was really weak. It was really weak. But yeah, overall I give TLC about a 7.8. Why not? But yeah, so now we're gonna go into the Royal Rumble predictions, baby. Let's go. We're gonna start off with the kickoff match. The New Day, aka Xavier Woods, Big E, and Kofi Kingston versus Tyson Kidd, Cesaro, and Adam Rose. So, who do I think is going to win this match? Ooh. You see, they've been actually really pushing Tyson Kidd and Cesaro a lot. They really want Tyson Kidd and Cesaro to win. It's weird. They really want them to win, or not want them to win, but they've been winning lots of their matches. I'm kind of surprised. Let's see, who would I pick? I think I'm gonna go with this is a tough one. This is actually extremely tough. I'm surprised. I'm stumped. I don't know who to pick here. I think I'm gonna go with if they were smart, I would go with the New Day, personally. But I think they're gonna go. I'm gonna pick Tyson Kidd, Cesaro, and Adam Rose. I don't know who to pick in that one. That's a weird match. That's a weird match. It's kind of hard to pick that one because they could go either way on that one. They could have Big E, Kingston, and Xavier, fight for the title, or not fight for the title, but have them kind of be the new 3-man pack because they don't really have one anymore. Kind of the new stable, but I mean, they don't really have this skill and the raw talent to be. But expect Kofi Kingston in the Royal match to do some amazing shit, which I will get to later. So yeah, I'm just gonna pick Tyson Kidd, Cesaro, and Adam Rose simply because I just feel like they've been winning lots of their matches as a tag team, Cesaro and Kidd. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually beat the New Day, or what are they called? Yep, the New Day. That's a really shitty name. But anyways, let's go on to the actual card now. How about it? Alright, we have the Ascension versus, I think that's their name. Isn't that their name? Yes, it is. The Ascension versus, I am so bad. You guys, if you guys don't know, I have not been watching Raw or SmackDown for a while now. I think the last full Raw I watched was after WrestleMania 30. Yeah, I just don't care. I mean, I watch WWE, like their YouTube and their videos that they upload, but I'm not bothered to watch a full actual show. So it's called Inter-Era Tag Team War. We got the Ascension versus Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. They always seem to come back here WrestleMania time and Royal Rumble time, which ain't good for them. I mean, it's good to see them always, and it kind of adds that WrestleMania era, or not era, what's it called? WrestleMania time-esque feel. Yeah, anyways, so we got the Ascension versus Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. I'm going to pick the Ascension in this one, if they were smart. Now, I could understand last year when the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws, I could understand why they won the tag team titles last year. It didn't necessarily make sense, but it was interesting. It was good to see them on a little run. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Ascension because they're new guys now. They were in NXT. They're coming up to the WWE, and I think this is gonna be a good thing. I hope this is a good match. I hope that they give it their all, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm gonna have the Ascension win this one just because they're the new guys on the block, and you want to push the new guys. Please, Vince. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. So, and by the way, how many fucking tag matches? We have 3 tag matches. Hold on. Do we have any more? Hold on. Yeah, we got 3 fucking tag. We have 4 tag matches. one triple threat. If I include the pre-show, 4 tag matches, one triple threat, and then and then the Royal Rumble match. We have no singles matches on the card. It's just weird. Like, so many fucking tag matches. Alright, so we have our next match. A tag team match. It is going to be the Bella Twins, Brie Bella and Nikki Bella, facing Paige and Natalya. I would say they would go with, personally, I love Paige. Natalya's pretty good. And Nikki, I hate Brie though. But I would say I would go Nikki and Brie here. They're the tag, they're diva. Nikki is the Divas champion. Brie, she's fucking whatever. Who cares? And then Paige and Natalya don't got much going for them, and you want to push this Divas kind of run. I would go with Nikki and Brie, and I think it just makes the most sense. Personally, in my opinion, I'm not sure what people, or I'm not sure like how that's gonna go down with Paige. Like Paige and Natalya, I don't understand. I just saw a gif of Natalya grabbing Paige's boobs on Twitter from Total Divas, which I think I really should watch Total Divas now, but this got really weird. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what to say about this match. There's nothing much on this card. It kind of sucks. This card fucking sucks. Alright. It really does. I'm excited for the Royal Rumble because it's the Royal Rumble. Actually, the Ascension versus New Age Outlaws excites me a little bit just because it's kind of new. It's different. The kickoff show, it could be good. I'm not going to watch it, but they'll probably. And the tag match in the world. Actually, there's some cards. This is just such a black card. Such a black. Like, come on, WWE, you fix your shit. Anyways, let's move on. We have, okay, so if you guys didn't get that, I picked the Bella Twins. Anyways, we have our next match, the Tag Team Championship match. We have Mizdow versus the Usos, who are defending their titles. I did not know the Usos won it. I did not know that. It shows you kind of how far behind I am, which is probably why I shouldn't be doing these predictions. Anyways, the Usos versus Mizdow. What are they called? Miz and Damien Mizdow. I'm just gonna call them Mizdow. I think the Usos are gonna keep it. As I know, TLC they won it, or they didn't win it, but the last pay-per-view I watched, last time I watched really Raw in general, or anything WWE, was TLC, and Damien Sandow and The Miz won, or kept the titles, so I'm assuming the Usos won it really soon, or not too long ago, and I think the Usos are going to win it, or they're going to win this match, and they're going to keep their titles. I don't see why not. I don't see why you wouldn't I don't see why you wouldn't. I don't know. Mizdow, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but Mizdow and Miz are extremely hot. Not as people. Not as people, but as entertainers, and everyone loves Mizdow. So I could see why they maybe would give the titles back to Mizdow, or Miz and Mizdow. God damn it, I'm gonna fuck up that name all the time. But Miz and Mizdow. But I can see them also giving it to the Usos keeping it. But I'm gonna pick the Usos just because I feel like they just won the titles, and it'd be kind of weird to just give them the titles, and then just not necessarily, or what am I trying to say? And then give it back to Mizdow. Yeah. Oh God, it's so fucking late. This podcast is gonna be so bad. Anyways. I'm kidding, guys. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Usos. They make the most sense. I'm just really tired. I'm on 24 hours of no sleep. But yeah, anyways, let's move on to the World Heavyweight Championship match in a triple threat. We have Seth Rollins versus John Cena versus the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar. I just sound like I had an orgasm. Um, yeah, you know what? This is a very interesting match. I kind of want to do the Royal Rumble match first, but obviously I want to go with that last because I'm not even sure of who I think is going to win this match. Does that make sense? Like here, let me just say something. I have no idea personally who they want to win the the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I would love to see Lesnar versus Bryan. Now, I don't think Bryan's going to win the Royal Rumble, but I'll get to that later. What it's looking like so far with what WWE is pushing is that it's going to be Roman Reigns versus either Brock Lesnar or John Cena. There's no way I think Seth Rollins is going to win this match. As love as I would love it, much as I would love it, as much as I would love Cena, even though I wouldn't like it, Cena to beat Brock, or no, Cena. This is what I would love to happen. I would love to have Seth Rollins become champion, and this is how I'd like it to happen. John Cena hits an AA on Seth Rollins, and then he pins Seth Rollins. But here's the thing: John Cena was even like to Brock Lesnar, I am pinning you for the world title. So I could see a couple moments in the match where John Cena is like about to win, but he like gets up and and he's pinning Seth Rollins, but he gets up, doesn't pin Seth Rollins. He's like, no, I am beating Brock Lesnar, and then Brock Lesnar wins. But here is what I would love to happen. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I wish it would. John Cena, AA to Seth Rollins, he wins. John Cena wins. Brock Lesnar's pissed. He F5s the shit and German suplex the shit out of John Cena. Goes to the back. Seth Rollins cashes in his Money in the Bank. Boom. I would love that to happen. Seth Rollins goes on to the main event of WrestleMania. He either faces Daniel Bryan or Roman Reigns, which seems like those are the two front runners for the Royal Rumble match. But I'll get to that later. Reed. Stop it! Anyways, yeah, so it seems like I would love for that to happen, but what they're looking at is it's either Brock Lesnar or John Cena. Now, I know lots of people have said from the beginning, or not from the beginning, but pretty much from the beginning, ever since Brock Lesnar won the title, and he kept it at Night of Champions, people are like, well, he's going to keep this title until WrestleMania, and then they're going to have Roman take it off. And I'll talk about Roman later when I get to my Royal Rumble for the match. But here is what I'm saying. You don't want that to happen. I love Brock Lesnar. Even though he only comes back for the money, when he comes back, he puts on amazing matches. Now, we can all forget Taker versus Brock. He beat down, and we can all forget Taker versus John Cena. That wasn't even a match. The United Champions match was more of a match than that, but they were still both they were both just beat downs. And so when I heard they were doing another match, I was like, oh no, but in the back of my mind, I was like, this actually might work if they actually kind of, have a match. And he's had amazing matches with Cena in the past, where he just beat down Cena. SummerSlam didn't necessarily work because it wasn't a no disqualification match. And then he had a pretty good match with H at SummerSlam. Triple H, and then he had a great match actually at WrestleMania, and then he had a pretty good match as well. He had a pretty good match at Extreme Rules against Triple H, which I kind of forget that they even fought then. Anyways, and then he faced CM Punk, which was freaking amazing. So Brock Lesnar can have great matches, even against Cena. He's done it before. Even when he's just beating the shit out of Cena, it's still a great match because both of these guys can work together. And I love the fact that they brought in Seth Rollins. Now, I personally, like I said earlier, TLC John Cena versus Seth Rollins was the best match out of TLC. Again, that's my opinion. Bray Wyatt versus Dean was almost pretty much a tie, almost. But that's just my opinion. So adding him to the mix this is going to be a very interesting triple threat. And I hope it's a really good match because I feel like it has the potential to be a great match. But I hope it's a really good match. My expectations going in is that this is going to be a really good match. And I hope it's going to be a really good match. We all know that the Royal Rumble match normally is always good. There's never really been a bad Royal Rumble match. It's just at the end there's always the winner that we don't want to win. So I hope that this match is good. I honestly have no idea who they're going to go with. They could go so many ways with this. They could, as much as I don't like Cena. I kind of want him to win. And here's one reason why. I want Cena to win because I know right now I'm ruling out the whole Seth Rollins thing that I threw out there. I don't believe that's going to happen. That was just a theory I had. I felt like that could have happened, but I'm just throwing away Seth Rollins in this whole juncture at this point. John Cena. No, I don't like Cena. I mean, I don't like him. I feel like he's had good matches. He has good matches with people, but here's his problem. He always seems like he's being carried, yet he really isn't being carried. Like, it's so weird to, like, people are like, oh, Cena's getting carried. He's not really getting carried. He's doing half of this stuff by himself too. Like, he's never had a 5 out of 5 star match, but he's had really great, almost amazing matches. I feel like 2 years ago, CM Punk wow, that was 2 years ago. CM Punk versus John Cena Raw. Amazing match. At the time, I thought it was overrated. I look back on it now, I think it's the best match they've had. So, yeah, I mean, and he's had great matches. But here's my problem with him. It's just that he's so goofy. I know his promos are just so typical now. You need to change the character. So I feel as if John Cena wins, then he could quite possibly have a thing with Roman Reigns and a whole thing with Brock Lesnar maybe, and that this could lead into I don't know, it could just lead into a really weird thing, and maybe Cena turning his back to the Authority, or joining the Authority, I'm sorry, if he could just join the Authority. I know that's kind of, shoved out of the way. I know that's not really kind of happening now because of he kind of brought back the Authority. I think it was way too early to bring back the Authority, my personal opinion. They should have waited a lot longer. You only waited a month? Are you fucking kidding me, WWE? You only waited a fucking month to bring them back? Are you fucking kidding me? What the point is this fucking Survivor Series is pointless. I know that eventually this is leading to a whole nother storyline. I know eventually the Authority will not have power. They won't, they won't be in power anymore. But Survivor Series is pointless. As much as I know they only brought them back because ratings were doing so bad and people were complaining about the product. But listen to me, the Authority, as much you had to wait. I don't care how bad business was doing. I don't care how bad the product was supposed to be. I haven't watched Raw, so I don't know. But supposedly the product is extremely bad right now, according to for Raw and SmackDowns. So I'm just taking people's word for that. And I don't necessarily care. I'm not even going to go back and to try to watch Raws. I mean, I've checked out a match or two. That's about it. But Raws, supposedly they are just so bad that they're just like, we gotta bring the Authority back now. So, that's not farting, by the way. That's my chair. So they had to bring back the Authority because business was just fucking doing bad. And now Survivor Series is pointless. Bring them back after WrestleMania. If you're not going to have John Cena in the world title picture, this is what you should have fucking done, WWE. You should have had him in a match against Seth Rollins, or not even Seth Rollins, against someone. I don't care. Fucking, who else do they got? I mean, I know probably Randy Orton's going to come back at the fucking Royal Rumble. I am spoiling myself for the Royal match. He's going to have I'm spoiling myself to the match that's supposed to take me the most of the time. However, this match is taking me so much time because I'm just fucking pissed, and I need to express this. So, yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, so basically, I got a text. So basically, you should have had him have a match at WrestleMania that would bring back the Authority. Is basically what I'm trying to say. And then you would have Cena join the Authority and have him as a heel and have the whole Stone Cold Steve Austin kind of thing. You could have that. But it's just extremely disappointing that now Survivor Series means nothing. Now, I know people would say that at WrestleMania if that actually did happen. But here's the thing with WrestleMania is that you actually didn't have to wait a month. You waited 1, 2, 3, about 4 months 4 or 5 months. You waited 4 to 5 fucking months until you brought back the Authority. That would have been best for business. But of course, they don't do that. They don't do that. They just decide, oh, okay, alright, whatever. Just have him fucking bring back. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but I actually totally got off the match. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena versus Seth Rollins. Let's see. I'm gonna pick Brock Lesnar. I think Brock Lesnar is gonna walk out champion. That's just what I'm predicting. There's so many ways they can go with this. They could go with Cena, or they could go with Lesnar. Hell, they could go with fucking Seth Rollins, like I said earlier. So many ways that they could go with this match. I totally got off a point with the Authority. I'm sorry, guys. But holy shit, and if you're even listening to this all the way through, I fucking love you right now. But holy shit, like, I just got so mad, I had to let that out. That feels a lot better, honestly. That feels so much better. But yeah, I'm going to pick Brock Lesnar for this match. They could even go with John Cena, I don't know. I'm going to take a quick break, real guys. My throat is starting to hurt. My throat's been kind of itching me. You're bothering me this whole week. So I'm just gonna get a drink, and then we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back. Sorry, had to take a little break. My throat's been killing me. I'm sorry, I got a cold. It's fucking awful. I've had a cold all week. Sucks. My throat has been killing me, so I had to get some water. But let's finally talk about the Royal Rumble match. I like how at the beginning I start loud, and towards the end I just get quiet. But yeah, so let's talk about the final match. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble match. I hope that this is the last match of the night. I know Brock Lesnar is kind of a big deal. He's kind of a big name. Kind of like with The Rock. They put him put The Rock versus Punk at the last match of the night, which that made sense. At the time I was kind of mad. But looking back on it, it really did make sense. However, it kind of made the pay-per-view feel less important for at least the Royal Rumble match, which you always want the Royal Rumble match to be more important than your title match. Personally, in my opinion, because when you have the Royal Rumble match like they did in 2013, and just like the middle of the show, it just felt weird, and it just didn't feel like at the end of the night we were all focusing on Rock versus Punk and not Cena winning. Or at least not the Royal match when Cena did win, which people were mad about at the time, and people are still mad. I don't know if people are still mad about it. Get the fuck over it. But yeah, now we're gonna talk about the Royal match. Now, personally, here's my predictions. Let's talk about surprise entrance first. We all know for a fact, pretty much, it's Orton coming back. I don't see who else. I'm trying to think of other people who would come back. I'm actually going to be really surprised. Orton's really the only one that I think is going to, for sure, come back. And it's going to be, it's going to be the only thing that, he's like the only kind of for sure. I'm not even for sure, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure, I think we all know pretty sure that when he left, he just needs some time off so they can build to this whole Seth Rollins versus Orton thing. That's probably going to happen. Oh, my throat came back again. God damn it. But anyways, it was kind of this whole thing where it was like, when he left to do, he didn't left to do anything, but he left to, I fuck on my words, but he left to kind of take a break, or he got injured. Anyways, but we all knew when he left he was going to come back so he can have this feud with Seth Rollins. And I personally thought that it was, before Seth Rollins split the match, that Seth Rollins was going to be in the Royal Rumble match, and Seth Rollins was going to cause some havoc, and then Randy Orton was going to come out and just eliminate Seth Rollins. Which, by the way, if the Triple Threat WWE World Heavyweight Championship match main event actually happened the last match of the night, then I would not be surprised. That's right, I would not be surprised if Orton comes back in the Royal match and then screws Seth Rollins over in the Triple Threat. Just a prediction. Hands up, don't shoot. I can't breathe. I can actually breathe fine. But yeah, that's just, again, my personal opinion. But that could happen. But if this is the last match tonight, I don't think it will. I don't think it will happen. But yeah, so I think Roman Reigns is going to win the match. Last year, I was really advocate on that it's not going to be Batista. I was like 100% for sure. Like, people were telling me, Batista's going to win, Batista's going to win. I'm like, no, they're going to have either CM Punk or Daniel Bryan win. Now, I said at the time, if Daniel Bryan wins the Bray Wyatt match, he's going to go, Daniel Bryan is going to go on into the Royal match and win. But if he's not, then Daniel Bryan's not even going to be in the Royal Rumble match if he loses. And I was correct! Ha! I'm smart. You guys suck. Just kidding. But yeah, so I said that, and then everyone was like, Batista's going to win, Batista's going to win. And I was like, nah, he ain't going to win twice. Which, by the way, past 2 years, somebody's won it twice. Yeah, that, just saying. But yeah, so that's pretty much kind of what's been happening. And then, now everyone's saying Roman Reigns is going to win, and I unfortunately had to jump on the bandwagon. Now, I don't want Roman Reigns to win. I don't think he's ready. Daniel Bryan is ready. Now, Daniel Bryan cut some pretty good, he had some pretty good promos with John Cena back at SummerSlam, which, by the way, would be a pretty good match at WrestleMania. And then he had a pretty good, what was it? Daniel Bryan had a really good promo with Triple H. But other than that, he's good. He's good with the mic. He's not great. I feel like Seth Rollins is a guy that was really evolved to someone who's great on the mic, which is awesome. But yeah, so anyways, back to what I was trying to say. I want Daniel Bryan to win. I feel like it's best for business, and I hope WWE, please pull your head out your fucking ass and get Daniel Bryan to win. Please, Daniel Bryan needs to win this match. Now, he doesn't need to. And I know it'll be another whole authority versus whoever, authority versus, Daniel Bryan thing, and Daniel Bryan would probably win the titles again, but he is the fucking guy. And thank God Daniel Bryan got injured, by the way, because imagine, instead of John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, it would be Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar, and Daniel Bryan would be in John Cena's shoes. So we probably wouldn't even, if Daniel Bryan was still wasn't injured, he'd probably be injured then, or he'd probably be he'd be like shit. Like, see, that's the only reason why he's back up here is because, if Brock Lesnar beat Daniel Bryan twice, do you think WWE would give him a third match against Brock? Yeah, that's what I thought. Even though technically Brock Lesnar did not beat John Cena, it was a DQ, but still, who gives a fuck anyways? Yeah, I really want Daniel Bryan to win this match. However, I don't think it's going to happen. Sad face. I feel like it's going to be Roman Reigns, and I feel like if they do that, we're going to have another motherfucking Batista situation. If you guys remember last year how pissed off people were when Batista won? Thankfully, it all turned out and better in the end. I mean, I'm not saying Roman Reigns is as bad as Batista, because actually he is. Batista's not even, what am I saying? Batista's fucking awesome. Batista's a great wrestler. I'm sorry, not great. He's a good wrestler. He's had great matches. And this latest heel run that he had was fucking great. Him with Evolution, and him even by himself before going into the Royal Rumble match, or not Royal Rumble, WrestleMania match. He had a great run. At first they tried to make him face, but we all know how that went out. So yeah, he's good, but like Roman Reigns, he's not ready. He is not ready. I mean, he's not ready in the ring. He's not ready on promo. And by the way, he can do a promo. I know he can. His promos are shit. But listen to me. Watch him do it. Watch him do an interview. He can carry out an interview. Obviously, and there's rumors going around that Vince McMahon has been scripting all of Roman Reigns' or writing all of Roman Reigns' promos specifically for him. So I mean, that's probably why. That is probably why they suck. Because Vince McMahon is an old, out of touch fuck. So yeah. Anyways, what was I gonna say? But yeah, like honestly, I don't know. I really want Daniel Bryan to win, but they're gonna give it to Roman Reigns, and he's not fucking ready.
Roman Reigns is not ready. That's a problem. Now, you're either going to have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns versus John Cena. We've seen Roman Reigns versus John Cena. It's fucking okay at best. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns would be different. Now, I mean, obviously they've been pushing Roman Reigns to the max, but I would love to see Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. He would have a fucking great match. I would love to see Daniel Bryan versus John Cena. They had a great match at SummerSlam, which is personally, my favorite match of 2013, which again, that's personally. But, like, I just don't understand what the fuck they're doing. This is bullshit. They can't, you don't know how to work, WWE, please fix this mistake. Fix this mistake. You have a mistake right now. This is not me dissing Roman Reigns. The man is a good wrestler at times. When you have him in a 6-man tag match and he comes in every now and then and does his big moves, it's fucking great. But when you have him in a one-on-one match, it does not work. It hasn't worked. And yet they continuously shove down our throats that somehow, like Roman Reigns is somehow the best. Like, motherfucker, he's not the best. Oh my fucking god, he sucks. He sucks on the mic. Actually, he doesn't suck. Why am I saying he sucks? I'm sorry. He does not suck. I'm just mad right now. He does not suck. He's okay. The man, I mean, he had a pretty good match in SummerSlam, but that's all he's had. He's had an either good or pretty good match, at least in singles matches. I did not see Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns also on Raw. I've heard that was the best singles match he's had, which is saying something, which is not hard to beat. Again, yeah. That's just, yeah. I'm just mad, guys. But yeah, I predict Roman Reigns is gonna win. And will he beat his record that he set last year? Who knows? They can. They can totally do that. I can see them doing that for sure. But I don't think it's going to happen this year. But I wouldn't be surprised if they let him beat his record again. I know if it's not this Royal Rumble, it's some Royal Rumble in the future where Roman Reigns is gonna beat his record. Which I can't remember, what was it? Was it 12? I think Kane's was 11, right? So it was. I think he beat it by like 1 or 2, so it was like 12 or 13. But anyways, guys, yeah, I kind of got mad. I kind of saying Roman Reigns sucked. Let me just clarify. I just kind of was just spewing shit out of the top of my head. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's a bad move. It's not good for the company, and you're just gonna make people upset again. Like, why do they fucking do this to Daniel Bryan all the time? And then I know they're probably like, well, if Daniel Bryan, we give the title, this is what WWE's thinking right now. If we give the title to Daniel Bryan, he'll just get injured again. Which I do not like. I don't blame WWE for thinking that. They obviously have a right to think that because the motherfucker gets injured every time he gets even close to a title shot. Besides his World Heavyweight Championship run, which we all forgot at this point. But I mean, like, he gets the titles. He has a really good match with Kane, and then gets injured. So And they also probably will say he has personal issues. Well, those personal issues are fucking gone, you assholes. His dad fucking died. Oh, what about his mom? Okay, I'm not saying they actually said that, but I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. I got mad. I got mad real quick. So, sorry about that. Yeah. But that's all I really gotta say. Also, who do I think Roman? Since I think Roman will win, what number do I think will come in? That's a good question. Nobody asked that, but that's a good question. I'm gonna say I say he enters in. I want to say he enters in either. I'm gonna give you an area. He's gonna enter in from number 15
to 28. That's a pretty big area, but he's going to enter in one of those 13. It's one of those 13. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching. Hoop. Hope you guys all enjoy this podcast. I'm being serious. If you watch / listen to the end, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. See you around next time. Peace.